Hello and welcome to the module about blogs and backlinks. We are going to use Makeup Artist in Vancouver as our sample today. This is my third time recording this. Makeup Artist Vancouver. Now, the first thing that comes up, of course, are our Google businesses, which is to be expected. These people have optimized their Google business profiles. And also, because I'm located downtown, it is giving me results, makeup artists that are located close to me, which could be useful if I was looking for someone near me. But for the moment, we are looking for just makeup artists who have done a good job of SEO. And I'm going to wager a bet that the top ranked makeup artists in Vancouver who are not sponsored will have a blog. So that's what I'm betting on. I just have a quick note about this, which is that you actually have to scroll down a fair ways to get a sponsored post. Sponsored meaning paid. So Paige Griffith Makeup has paid Google to be on the front page of Google, and she is. So good job. And otherwise, you have to scroll quite a bit further. Like Jasmine Hoffman, she is a well known makeup artist in Vancouver who has apparently also paid for ads, though I'm not sure if she will need to. But we're going to ignore those. And I have one other quick note, which is just that if you optimize your when you optimize your Google business profile, this is what is known as off-page SEO. And I did mention this in a previous module, but if you didn't watch that module, then just a quick reminder, everything that is not directly on your website is called off-page SEO. So your social media, your Google business profile, anything that you do, like if you wrote a blog post for another organization, for example, and they tagged you in it, then that would be considered off-page SEO. And everything you do on your website is on-page SEO, search engine optimization. So we are going to click on Beauty en Route. This is the one I used for the last two failed recordings that I did of this module. Immediately, I really like the photo. I really like the look and feel of the website. It loaded quickly. Here's a photo of the founder. It looks like it's a team. So they're pretty quick to give me information about us, the art of service. That's fantastic. Don't love that there's a pop-up, but I don't hate it. When I first came to this website, there actually was an additional pop-up that came up. And so at one time there were two pop-ups, which I thought were way too many pop-ups. I'm not a fan of pop-ups. I like having the option for a chat bot down there, but I don't like being forced to close it. So that's just my personal opinion. Maybe it's great for business, I don't know, but I don't like it. So then we've got some information. Today, this module is about backlinks and blogs, so we're going to focus on that. You'll see here these links. You can see them underlined. These are backlinks. So if I click on Rocky Mountain Bride, then it opens in the same tab, and it is a link to them, this makeup company being featured in this Rocky Mountain Bride magazine, which is great. You want to have links going outbound. You also want to have links coming inbound. So ideally, if I clicked on this Rocky Mountain Bride, and by the way, I think it's better if you link your outbound link to another tab. So they haven't done this for Rocky Mountain Bride. So I'm going to open it in a separate tab. And I do that by hitting on my Apple computer Command and then clicking on the link. So that opens it in a separate tab. Today's Bride blog, they did have it open in a separate tab, which I like. They should do that for all of them. And what we would be hoping for, we don't need to check too hard. Oh, okay, Makeup Jasmine Hoffman, which is interesting because that's actually not the company that I just came from. We just came from Beauty en Route. So I'm not sure why Beauty en Route is not linked in this article that they have linked to. So if I were them, I would look into that and ask why I'm not listed on that blog post. But we're not going to get too deep into that. We are now going to look at the blog. Maybe. Yes, here we go. So I'm going to check when the last blog post was that they wrote. And I am going to click on this one, Book a Bridal Makeup Artist. It was written in April of 2022. At the time of this recording, right now, today, it is May of 2024. So that is over 2 years ago, is the last blog post that they wrote. And no judgment, no judgment. They have answered a bunch of questions that are commonly asked. So even though they wrote the blog post 2 years ago, it still is current and Google is still going to give you points for that. Let's go back to the blog page. Now, at first I clicked on for brides and it didn't really take me anywhere. It just took me to the same place, which I find confusing. So I don't really like that they've got for brides, for brides, for brides. And then these appear to be the blog post titles here, but then they also have links here. Book a bridal makeup artist. So there's a lot of links. I do find that a little bit confusing. But what we're looking at here is what they're doing with the blog. So, makeup for deep skin tones, 6 luxe bridal boutiques in Vancouver, New Year's bash. They've got titles that are useful for people looking for information. So, if you're a bride and you're looking for a micro venue, you might click on this link and take a look at some of their suggested locations. So, they've got prices, they've got locations. So in a single post, they are advertising, they could be advertising the dress, they could be advertising flowers, they could be advertising the photographer, the venue, not to mention their own business. If we go back, we might click on 6 bridal boutiques in Vancouver. Same thing. So with every single post, with every single photo, with every listing, they could be advertising venues, dresses, hair and makeup, flowers, and photographers. So that's a lot of value from a single post and a lot of opportunities for cross promotion, which are essentially what backlinks are. So you'll see here Lux Nova Bridal, right? I click on it, it opens in the same tab, not a different one. And so here we are at another beautiful website. I would hope somewhere that they would link back to beautyonroute.ca, but who knows? So those are my suggestions. If you were a makeup artist in Vancouver or any city, pick your own city, pick your own profession, a top blog post idea is answer commonly asked questions about your business. So the question that you get asked the most, answer that question, make it a blog post, title the blog post the question. And also, if you have referrals, if you're in an industry that you work with other professionals, making lists of recommended venues, recommended vendors, recommended products or services that go hand in hand with your business so that you can link to them and you can ask them to link back to you. And this is what gives you lots of domain authority and gives you lots of points with Google, SEO juice, as my developer associate likes to call it, because it offers people value and it is a resource for them. So this is fantastic. So if you were to write a blog post about, your 5 favorite wedding venues in Vancouver or whatever, wherever, then you could reach out to those venues, ask them to post your blog post on their site or promote your blog post, and everybody wins. They will link back to you, you link to them, etc. So those are my top suggestions for how to utilize blog posts and backlinks in your SEO strategy. Good luck and see you in the next module.